Hello, I'm Brian Fox. Welcome to I Hate Rock Music. And boy, this is going to be a short video. I have almost zero information on this band, but they're definitely worth mentioning and worth checking out. And that's a band called Moby Dick. And they came out of Italy in 1968. And it was Enzo Petrone on bass, Tony DiMazzo on guitar, and Adriano Assanti on drums. So a power trio. And they were influenced by Led Zeppelin, to say the least. And they were the first Italian band actually to go to London and record at Olympic Studios in 1970, and then in 1973 to put together this album. But and then the album just sat in the vaults, and Karma Records got a hold of it in 2001 and put it out. And it's a great listen, and it's a great listen for a couple of reasons. One, it's killer 1970 1973 hard rock. It's got all the moves. They sound top of the line. But the other thing about them is they totally are derivative of Led Zeppelin. The minute you heard the opening track, you definitely kind of feel like you're listening to Led Zeppelin. And of course, he's no Robert Plant, but they did their homework. They really did their homework. And there's a long acoustic song which is very epic and then gets really big at the end and really fast and has those dynamics like Led Zeppelin's Over the Hills and Far Away. And so I got to hand it to him. I wouldn't normally recommend a band who's so derivative of another band, but Moby Dick, they kind of approximate Led Zeppelin in a lot of ways. You can tell they're just diehard fans. They really studied it. They really did their best to capture the total feel of Led Zeppelin, and they achieve it pretty well. But it ends up being a pretty good record in its own. And so that's why I'm recommending it. And it's fun to hear, even if you're not going to respond to it because it's so derivative of Led Zeppelin. Anybody that likes 70s hard rock is going to find a lot to enjoy here. And they've got enough of their own touches to it to make it a pretty admirable effort, even though they're obviously worshiping at the altar of their idols. So Moby Dick, kind of a lark, but I'll put it below. Check it out. It's worth a listen. I have a copy in my collection. I think it's cool enough to have. So I recommend it in that sense. But what a weird record. What a weird band. I'm Brian Fox. Thanks for watching. I hate rock music.